We are live. We'll give everybody a few seconds to get their notifications, and then we'll get rolling with some more cool stuff tonight. So, try to get some of that glare or that light out of the way there. Just can't seem, just kind of keep hitting it just right. So, but anyway, we'll get a few people on. We'll start checking out some cool stuff. Went to an auction Saturday. The weather was real bad here, and there was a small local auction. Went and picked up a couple things there. We're going to check out tonight. So, but neat stuff. Always love adding cool collectibles to the collection. So that's what we're going to check out tonight. Gotten a few people jumping on with us. As always, if you've got questions, comments, be sure to throw them up there. We will sure try to catch them as we go. So anyway, we'll start off with a fender cover. We've looked at fender covers on here before. Kevin's here. David W. is here. So fender covers can be really pretty cool collectible pieces. It's something a lot of people don't think about. You don't have to break the bank to get into them. I have seen some of them bring pretty good money over the years at auctions, but there's a lot of really cool ones out there. I like them. I don't have a ton of them, but I do have a few of them. Bill's here. Yep, I do feel a lot better. So Lee's here with us. Norma's here. I think I got maybe just a hair of it left, but I pretty much got through most of it. I'm feeling a lot better. So, but James is here. Steel Ponies made it. Kim's here. So, Shopcat made it. A lot of familiar faces jumping on with us, as always. Thanks a lot for being here, everybody. But fender covers, I think they're cool. They had great advertising on them. Dan made it. And they're also cool display pieces. Because if you've got your car sitting on display in your shop, or even at a car show, you know, Joe made it. You know, they're almost not a bad idea to take to a car show, because if you've got your hood open, you don't want anybody leaning over it with a jacket on or something. So they're not even a bad idea to take to a car show if you've got, especially if you've got some like cool period correct type fender covers, especially when we've got one like we've got tonight that directly ties itself to a car manufacturer in a certain time period. So I think they're great display pieces. Peter from Oz made it. Glad you're here with us tomorrow, I guess, for you. It's Tuesday night here. It's tomorrow for you. So, but glad you took a minute out of your Wednesday to jump on with us. So, but that's why I think fender covers are cool, and that's why I kind of keep my eyes peeled for cool ones, because I think they're neat collectibles. And like I said, a lot of different uses. On top of the fact that you can just still use them, you know, if you are working on your collector car, much less for the display aspect of it. So, we'll flip the camera around and take a look at this one to start with. Here it is. We'll get her unfolded here. It's a little bit stiff because they had it folded up. I thought it was a great piece. Champion spark plugs and Chrysler parts. Good color. And, you know, obviously advertising Champion with Chrysler, but an untuned car is trouble. The heart of the tune-up, Champion plugs. Jason's here. Glad you made it too. So I thought these were great. You know, the backside obviously doesn't say anything on it. And it does still have the foam on, or the rubbery part on the backside, you know, to where it would be soft on the paint. But if you were taking your car to a car show and you were going to have the hood open where people could see it, that's kind of what I think you'd want hanging over the fender. Randy's here with us. So that's why I dig these things. That's why I think fender covers are such great pieces. I think they're a little bit overlooked in the collectible market. But for me, I think they're cool. So that's my personal opinion. That's right, Kim says we don't have a drinking badge on Toy Tuesday. I guess I should have grabbed the Hudson badge off the desk. It's still laying in there ready to go for next Sunday night. So, but the fender covers like this, and like I said, a lot of different manufacturers had them. I've got AC ones, things like that. But I thought this was so great, actually having Chrysler right on it really made it stand out to me. So thought it was a great deal. Thought it was cool. And like I said, I see tons of different uses for them, even though they're kind of overlooked in today's market. So that's what we're starting off with tonight. The next piece we've got is super cool. Came from the same auction. Fortunately, I've got a friend here who buys a lot of antique stuff too. Nathan likes it, but he won't put Champions in his 440. But I went to this auction, and there's another guy here in town, another local guy that does a lot of antique stuff that I hang out with quite a bit. Jim likes Fender covers too, and him and I were both the same auction. This next piece, I actually let him buy it. I didn't want to bid against him, so I let him buy it. And then I told him, I said, just tell me what's right. I didn't want it, but there was no point in running each other up. I told him if you need to make a few bucks on it, whatever, I don't care. I just wanted it for me because it was such a great piece. But it works out really well. I know this guy pretty well, and he treats me really fair on stuff. But it's great because he deals in furniture, glass, things like that, a lot of decorator type stuff. He's very good with coins, things like that. Basically all the stuff that I don't do. So it works out really great that, you know, what his area of expertise is the exact opposite of mine. So works out really well. We get along really well. Jason said he doesn't need a badge, so he tested positive, so he can't drink anyway. So that doesn't sound like any fun. But fortunately, it works out well, and him and I are both at an auction that, you know, we don't beat each other up and end up beating each other's brains out over something, and we can work together on a lot of stuff. So that's how I ended up with this piece, and really excited about it. Brand new in the box. If it's ever been played with, it was very, very, very little. So let's pop it open and check it out. Shopcat says, Jason, alcohol is a natural disinfectant. So, well, here it is. Rusty Nails made it. Kenny's here. And Roger made it. But here it is, the diesel-type electric train from the Marx and Company. Remote control. All original box, original packaging. And the box even is in pretty decent shape considering it's had a little bit of paint spilled on it, but still not in bad shape at all. Peter says the trouble is you weren't drinking enough. There you go. The diesel type electric train. Now, Shopcat sees he needs a controller for his Lionel trains. But here it is. Let's pop this thing open and take a look at it. And there it is in all its glory. All the track pieces. Read carefully the instructions. We open up the instructions, suggested track layouts. Care of locomotive, cars, and track. A list of 9 don'ts for this train. So there's the boring part. There's the instructions, which, you know, who cares about the instructions? But it's great that they're still here. That's what's awesome about this piece. But there she is, in all of her glory, right there, still in the box. So we've got all this track. Once again, all looks brand new. There's the controller. Still moves. And then obviously the great part, the cars. Let's take them out and check them out one at a time. We'll just start right here on this end in the middle and work towards the engines. And these things are so great. Merchandise Service, Pennsylvania. Norma has a full set of Lionel trains with controls she might be interested in selling. So that might be your controller if you need one. That's right, instructions are included. This thing, the doors still slide open just like brand new. Paint looks absolutely amazing. So it actually has a door on both sides that slides open and shut. And just, like I said, if it's been played with, it's been extremely minimal play. I mean, the paint on the top looks great. The bottoms look brand new. So let's go on to the next car we have in the box. Norma likes it. Rusty Nails, I bet that was made in the USA. I'm sure it was. It says right here on the box. All inquiries regarding repairs or service should be addressed to the Marx Company Incorporated Service Division, Girard, Pennsylvania. So Kevin says Marx did compete with Lionel. The Wabash basically looks like a coal car. Once again, great condition, great coloring. Inside's dusty. That's about as bad as it gets in there. Bill digs the train set as well. Other side of the Wabash coal car, exactly the same condition-wise. Flip it over, and there again, the bottom just doesn't even look like it's ever been touched. Joe asked for the year. I did not find a year on this. Like I said, I just got it Saturday. Haven't had time to really research it. If we look really close at the wheels, it looks like they may have been up and down the track a couple times. You can just barely start to see a little bit of a line on them. But, man, it's very, very slight. Next one, the caboose. Southern Pacific. Southern Pacific lines, 1, 2, 3, 5. Kevin saying probably 40s or 50s. I would guess probably late 40s, early 50s as well. Somewhere right in that vicinity. But like I said, I've only had it a few days. Haven't had time to do any research on it to determine a lot of that stuff. But there again, a little bit of dust on it, but that's about it. Bill says it is mid-50s. Okay, and Bill's pretty good on a lot of these toys, so I'm going to go with that because Bill knows more about these than I do. Other side of the caboose looks just as good. I don't think it had a scale on it. It doesn't say, and I don't know enough about trains. I know it goes on track width, so, whatever that track width is, which isn't very wide, so... But, the caboose has stuff on the ends. David W., my grandfather worked on the Wabash Railroad. BW made it. He's a little late, but that's all right. But just there again, the detail, all the paint, just amazing condition. Bill says it is G gauge. Once again, Bill's right there for us. So, Kevin, what kid's eyes open wide when Dad came home with that? Yeah, that's for sure. We look at the bottom side of this one, the same thing. I mean, it literally looks brand new. So, on to the engines. There are two. One of these was basically a display. One of them was actually the one that powered the unit. This is the one that does not have the motor in it. A little bit of black up here on the top. But that's it. We look at the back, made by Marx. Turn around to the other side, pretty much the same thing. The helper engine, that's what Kevin says. That's what we're looking for. The front of this thing looks great. The Southern Pacific lines, not even scratched up or knocked off the front of this thing. Even the windshield wipers, I mean, just a ton of detail on these things. We'll flip this one over as well, and the bottom side just looks just as good. So Terry's digging it too. So you guys can see why I'm so excited about it. Even though I'm not a big, huge train collector, it's just such a great, great piece. Now, on to the primary engine. This one's obviously much heavier. This was the one that powered everything. Looks just like a twin to the other one. Even has the same numbers on it. Engine number 6000, Southern Pacific. We look at the top of this one. Does not have the black smudge on it that the other one does. However, it does have a big screw in it, since this is the one that actually had the engine in it, that this other one just has a dummy dot on it. So, slight difference there. Other than that, pretty much looks identical from the outside. Once again, just great condition with great detail. And then flipping it around to the front, once again, the Southern Pacific lines looks amazing. However, since this is the lead engine, we do not have the hook on this one that we do on the helper engine to put it in line, since this was the lead engine. Now, obviously, like I said, this is much heavier. It's got the unit in it right there where our screw is. We can tip this one over and get a good look at the bottom side of this and see the actual drive unit on this lead engine. But even when you see the back side of the body there where the crimps were and the paint was, literally looks still all like brand new. Flip it over, take a look at the other side of the drive unit. Joe said it is very good condition considering its age. Like I said, if this thing was played with, it was extremely minimal use. Because these things are just in that great of condition. So there she is. The Southern Pacific engines and caboose, the Wabash coal car, and the Merchandise Service Pennsylvania box car. Kevin wants to auction it off. I'd get in trouble, I think, if this disappeared. That's already been discussed with my daughter, and I think this is definitely hitting the keeper pile. So, Shop Cat, very cool. I think the Lionels look a little nicer, but boy, they're in great shape. And I'm not extremely familiar with Lionel trains. I don't know a lot about them because I don't know a lot about trains. It's just not something I've been a huge collector of over the years. Obviously, we've seen some of my other big train we've checked out. Bill says, yeah, it was not ran much at all. No, that's the Golden Kitty over there in the background. Rusty Nails is in for 100. Yeah. But no, this is such a great piece. And like I said, even though I'm not a huge train guy, the condition and everything and the era, it still fits in with a lot of the toys that we've got. And that's why I was so excited about it. And that's why I was excited to share it with you guys. So I'm glad you like it. Like I said, I don't know a ton about them. Shopcats himself do an episode on his sometimes, that's what's cool about it. You guys can keep going, but I don't think it's going to get sold. So I'd have to get approval to sell this, and I don't think I'm going to get approval to sell that. So Kevin says Lionel was more common than the Marx train. So, and I know Lionel was always the kind of the Cadillac of train sets, but even that being said, I was pretty impressed with this Marx set. Big Job made it. Glad you're here, Big Job. But even though, like I said, we're not big train collectors, we are big Marx collectors. My daughter's a big fan of Marx toys. We've got a lot of Marx toys. So, definitely glad to have it. So even though we're not big on trains, it does still fit in with a lot of our Marx toys in the collection that we've got there. Obviously, the condition and in the box, amazing pieces. So you can kind of see why I was so excited about it. And, well, I was happy to add it to my collection. But so anyway, that's what I've got for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys liked even the fender cover, because I think those are cool too, and I think that what those are good for as far as display pieces or even using them are great. So well, definitely wanted to share that as well. Plus, I always sneak in some good cool toys. So that's what I've got for tonight. Next week, maybe we need to get some more World War II stuff snuck in here. I know Joe's been waiting on some of it. I keep promising you that. Maybe we'll dig some of that out for next week. But just came up with this stuff. Thought they were great pieces and definitely wanted to share them as well. So maybe we'll work on some World War II stuff for next week. What else is coming up this week? I got a whole bunch of videos. Let's talk about the bow tie. We'll scoot out of the way. You guys can see the bow tie. That is 90s era Chevrolet off the side of a Chevy dealer. Jim, Marx made a lot of display items like water towers and lights. Probably for train sets, I assume. So that train made it to the right owner. I hope you mean us, because we're happy about it. That's right, Joe. I haven't forgot about you. And I thought about doing some more this week. Cameron's here with us. But this stuff popped up, and I wanted to sneak it in as well. But the bow tie is off the side of a Chevrolet dealer. The center part of it where it's not lit. Peter, more gas pumps. We can do some more of those as well. Kevin was heavy into trains back in the 90s, even in a club. Big Job's gonna have to go back and catch from the start. But those Chevrolet signs, in case you haven't seen them, the center area that's not lit actually had a white decal on it. That one had basically fallen off by the time I bought this sign. So I just took it the rest of the way off. So basically when it was on the side of the building, you just saw the outline of the oval lit up in blue. I never, went and got any white vinyl and cut it to fit down in the hole. I just wired it in and put it up on the side put it up in the shop. I'm feeling much better, Big Job, thanks. I'm probably 90% over it. There's a little bit of scratchiness, but overall I think I'm hope I pretty much got it licked. Joe, do I have pedal cars? Yeah, I got pedal cars. I've got dozens of pedal cars. I've got pedal cars everywhere. I'm tripping over pedal cars, actually. I don't know how many there is in the next shop. Bill's going to jump off. We'll see you Sunday. Big Job likes it in blue. But, yeah, we've got tons of pedal cars. There's a couple of them hanging right there. But there's, I don't know, 20 of them next door that we can start working in as well. So, yeah, I've got a lot of pedal cars, which probably surprises no one. We can definitely start doing some of those as well. Norma just loves everything you do, the toys, the cars, and the old oil cans. Everything we do. Well, glad you're here and glad you enjoy it. Any Mustangs? I don't have any Mustang pedal cars, if that's what you're talking about, Joe. But I've got a lot of different ones. Jim had a Marx toy train, but it was a wind-up, okay? So a little bit different style. But we got to get some more World War II stuff worked in. Gas pumps. Cameron likes the old Chevrolet logo too. But the pedal cars, we had a bunch of pedal cars. And if you've been on here with us for a little bit, you've heard me talk about, I had some buddies that had a bar and grill, and they decorated the entire bar and grill with stuff out of my collection. And we've only looked at, here 3 or 4 weeks ago, we looked at 3 signs that we took back down out of that bar and grill. Well, I had 30 signs in there. So there's still 20-some signs there we have not seen. I think there was right at a dozen pedal cars in there that you guys haven't seen, that's all literally just stacked next door. Actually, one of my car trailers, I need my extra trailer, and I can't even get it out because literally the entire trailer is stacked full of pedal cars right now. I actually had a winch go down on me yesterday on one trailer, so I went over there yesterday. I was going to swap trailers and get the other one out, but I've got so many pedal cars stacked on the trailer that it would take an hour to clean the trailer off to get it out. So, but yeah, we've got lots of that stuff to do. I've got dozens of gas pumps we can start working in, but I keep promising Joe we're going to do some more World War II stuff, so we've got to get some more of that stuff worked in for sure. But anyway, John Deere, Farmall. I don't do a lot of tractor stuff, depending on what we're talking about there. I don't have any pedal tractors. Any signage I get, ag-related, a lot of that goes to my sister, buys a lot of that. So I do, a lot of that, she ends up in her collection. I've got a buddy who's a huge tractor collector, so a lot of the tractor stuff I find I send his way too. So I could be like a prop renter. Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, I'd rent props. I mean, that would work for me. Loader, had a question about the loader. I was over there today, actually. Peter, great to have a problem like that. Yeah. I did shoot some clips on the loader today. If you guys want to see it, I will get those stitched together and get them up tonight or tomorrow night. New crank is in the engine. Mains are on, rods are on. Everything measured out, mic'd out, great, checked out. New bearings, the crank's bolted down in there. We got a little bit of footage walking around with the crank in it. So we're going back together. So we're just getting a good start, but the new used crank is in the engine. And so hopefully they will start, they didn't have the pan on it yet. I want to get over there and get a little bit of footage before they got the pan and everything on it. So we're making headway there. I did have, Big Job says, yep, get it up on the loader. So I had another issue with the loader that I've dealt with ever since I bought it, probably 6 years ago, that my tilt would bleed down on it. That's right, nothing but money. Yeah, that's the problem. So if I had a car on there on the tilt, after a while, if I was moving it, it would gradually start, to bleed down. So while we were there, while it's sitting in the shop, so the big cylinders for the tilt we just had a slow bleed to them. So what I ended up doing was, and I've talked to some people about building them, about going through and putting seals in them. They said, yeah, no problem, just get them here. Which, just get them here is the problem. I mean, these things are like 4.5 feet long, not counting the ram. Just the body's like 4.5 feet long. Jason says, throw it up. He needs more stuff to watch while he's on lockdown. So while the thing is there, I was like, well, what's it going to cost to fix that? And they told me about what they think it's going to be. Hopefully the parts aren't, out of line on price, which, for the most part, that's right, Big Job, repack the cylinders. there's not a lot of, there's not a lot of parts involved with them. So I'm hoping that we're going to stay pretty close to what they told me on a ballpark estimate. So, plus I don't have to pull them off the loader and take them in. They've got the thing there. They unpinned one end, and they've got that massive hoist that we saw in the last video. So they, unpinned one end, picked the whole cylinder up, got the big lock nut off the end, got the shaft out of the housing, and so they've got one of those apart to get the seals and everything ordered that we need for the hydraulic cylinder. So Big Job said he's done his share of them on loaders and trucks, so he knows exactly what we're up against there. So gonna go ahead and get that taken care of while it is in there as well. So I've got a clip of that, so I need to get that all stitched together, and I'll get that up for you guys if you're curious about seeing that as well. So far, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I've been considering what we were up against with that crank being so galled up, that the fact that our friends here in town at Weller Tractor Company literally had a used crank, standard rod, standard mains, super clean, ready to go crank on the shelf. Cameron says he needs more projects for lockdown. His parents won't let him drag home any more junk. So, they had the crank on the shelf, and our guys at Murphy Truck Repair here in Great Bend, Mike hangs out with us a lot on Sunday Night Chat, and he's the one working on it for me, and he's just one of those guys who can just fix about anything. He's just kind of got that talent. He can do it. He can tear into it. He can fix it. He can make it work. He can make it right. He does a lot of custom truck work. So happy that those guys took the job on, and know that we've got some good guys over there. Jim Murphy and his crew with Danny and Mike and those guys are going to get this thing handled. And Scott over there helping out as well, doing a great job. Hopefully get this thing back rolling again, because I need it, because I'm running out of places to slide cars off the trailer and getting them out of my way, because I've been dragging so much stuff in. So, but I'll go ahead and get that stitched together. You guys can see where we're at. As of this morning, I ran over and did that. So if I get time, it will... I'll try to get it up tonight. Depends if I have enough time. If not, I'll get it up sometime tomorrow, and you guys can check it out and see kind of where we're at. But I'm excited that, like I said, I feel really, really lucky that we had found a crank in town, and this thing's going together so far as well as it has. Found the bearings, found the gasket set, and everything's ticking along. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that this project keeps moving forward on track as it has been. So anyway, what else is coming up this week? Cameron just never escapes them. So, but lots of videos in the can, actually. I've got so much stuff. I shot a bunch more today. Had a beautiful day today. Jason says, hit the thumbs up. Appreciate that, Jason. You and Bill, you always got my back. A lot of you guys always make sure everybody hits the like button. I super appreciate that as well. But what's coming up in videos? I don't even know when I'm going to get... Yeah, here's the train. We're about a half a block from the train tracks is where these shops are actually located at. So, yep, we do hear trains down here regularly. I've got videos on... I got one more from my buddy's yard we haven't watched yet. It's going to be nice when I get that loader back, that's for sure. So I got one more from my buddy's yard that we haven't watched yet. I've got a 53 Chevy farm truck that's super slick. Thanks, Kim. Appreciate that. I am feeling a lot better. So, Shop Cat been resealing a lift cylinder for 72 garden tractor. This 53 Chevy farm truck, really great truck. Great condition. Super excited about that. 1961 Chevy Impala. 1955 Olds 88. 1977 Dodge pickup Adventure SE. So all those videos are shot. 1972 Olds 88 Delta Royale, two-door hardtop, runs and drives. So all kinds of cool stuff coming up. So stay tuned. We'll get some more of those up yet this week. And then got obviously a lot more ready to go. So depending on what the weather does, I'm at least good for a while on videos. So we had a great day here today. It's supposed to cool off dramatically tomorrow. It was in the 60s here today, and its high is supposed to be in the 30s tomorrow. So I wanted to get some stuff done while we could. So anyway, that's what I've got. Appreciate everybody swinging by tonight, hanging out for a while, checking out some cool pieces, checking out a fender cover, and getting to have some fun with this train set, because I was like I said, super excited about it. You guys can see why now. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Appreciate you swinging by, spending a little time with me this evening, checking out some more cool toys, because that's what this is about. Toys, memorabilia, gas and oil, anything cool like that. That's what we like. So Old School made it. We're just about wrapped up, but you got here at the end. You can go back and check out the train set here in just a minute. The Packard is, the Turnpike Cruiser is sold. I've got a deposit on the Turnpike Cruiser. If you want to give me a shout on the Packard after we get done, Gary, and I'll let you know where we're at on that. Joe did like the train as well, so, and I hope y'all did. Peter's going to see us next week. Well, I'll see you guys next Tuesday for Toy Tuesday. We'll see you on Wednesday, Peter, or Sunday for us, or Monday for you, or something like that. However, all that works. So, thanks a lot, everybody. I appreciate you being here. We'll take one more quick look at this thing as we get ready to sign off. Norma says, thanks again. I appreciate it. And this is all you guys. This isn't me. This is you guys jumping on, participating, and making this fun and making it what it is. There's the fender cover. There's the train set. So, yep, Old School, I am feeling better. I've not 150%, but I'm over 90% better, so. Nope, 130 won't buy it either, Joe. I know you're trying. I appreciate the effort. But this one got voted in as a keeper by my daughter right away. So, everybody signing off. I appreciate everybody being here. Good night to all of you. Thanks for stopping by, making this what it is. Stay tuned. Lots more videos coming up this week. And then Sunday night, live chat, 7 o'clock. Hopefully my voice will hang in there. We'll get a magazine in. We'll do an auction. We'll talk about the raffle. We'll do all the fun stuff we do on Sunday night. So we sure hope to see you all there then as well. Big Job, did I get his? Yes, I did get your friends and family PayPal, Big Job. So you were in for the raffle. So I did get that the other night. So you're good to go. We'll get you in the Big Buick oil can this weekend, so you're in there. Week and a half left on that before we give that raffle away, so everybody be sure to get your raffle tickets bought for the prize pack for January. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you soon on the next video, and hope to see you all back here live Sunday night for Sunday Night Live Chat. Thanks for watching, everybody.